Rise up, learn and grow in the epicenter of Greater Metro Detroit. Fuel your community with fresh ideas and become the leader you were meant to be. Explore more at oakland.edu. It's Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan, which has a great tradition of presidential debates and primary debates and debating in general. And to talk about that right this very moment, Dave Dulio, the director of the Center for Civic Engagement at Oakland University, distinguished professor in the Political Science Department, and taking the radio stage here with me, Michael Patrick Shields. Welcome to the program. Nice to talk to you again.
Thanks for having me back, Michael Patrick.
So we now have, after the primary, the knowledge that it will in fact be former Congressman Mike Rogers, current Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin, and they will be apparently invited to participate in 3 debates around Michigan this fall, organized by the Michigan Debate Task Force. Since that was not guaranteed, that's good news, right?
Well, we sure hope that both candidates will accept the invitations that they've received. The task force, as you mentioned, is a group of 10 business, civic, and higher education organizations across the state that have come together in really with the public good in mind to try and improve the information environment that we have in campaigns today here in the state of Michigan.
I am reading in the Detroit News that Mike Rogers said we'll do all 3, absolutely, and hopefully we'll do more. He said that at the J.D. Vance VP event yesterday.
Yeah, I read the same comment, and that's terrific news. We'll wait for official confirmation from the Rogers campaign, and hopefully get the same thing from the Slotkin team, and look forward to having them talk to the voters in a way that is civil and respectful, policy-focused and substantive, rather than in produced and filtered ways that campaigns seem to be dominated by today, whether it's a TV ad, a social media video, or a scripted event.
What are the locations and roughly the dates for the debates?
Sure. We've scheduled 3 debates, as you mentioned. September 12th in Grand Rapids, October 10th in Traverse City, and October 22nd in Metro Detroit, actually in Detroit at the Soundboard at Motor City Casino.
Okay, and how do you amplify, or is it your business, I guess, to amplify those debates? Who will watch them? Who will hear them? Where will they be available?
Yeah, we are. This is one of the great things about the really comprehensive plan that we have put together as this task force, and we are working with media partners that we will be able to announce hopefully very soon. All the media partners in each of the 3 regions have agreed that we'll make the feed available to anybody who wants it. Any other station in Michigan, TV, radio, streaming, will be able to access the feed and broadcast it in all corners of the state. And I think that's really a great thing for voters in Michigan. When in the past, some debates that have occurred have been limited in their audience, and that's one thing that the task force really was focused on, is trying to make this something that benefits the entire state of Michigan.
Do you? Have you chosen the moderators yet and the format?
We're close to announcing all of that, and hopefully we'll do so in the coming weeks.
Okay, I presume you'll be possibly one of the moderators.
I doubt that.
No,
I doubt that. But if I'll pull out a politician answer and say, if asked, I would serve. Okay. But that's not the plan at the moment.
Are you worried, Dave Dulio, from the Political Science Department there at Oakland University, that there won't be any presidential debates?
And so there's great sort of mirror here, or comparison, I should say, that. But no, to answer your question directly, no. I think that Vice President Harris and former President Trump, and I think the vice presidential candidates. I think they will be on a debate stage at some point somewhere. But we shouldn't be wasting our time and energy, number one, worrying about that or debating about debates. And for, as you know, Michael Patrick, for years and years, none of that was all taken care of. That was off the table with the Commission on Presidential Debates, where they said, look, this is when they're going to be, this is where they're going to be. We expect you to show up and talk to the public. And that's the model that the task force here in Michigan is trying to emulate, so that the power of deciding when and where and how is taken from the candidates who make decisions, rightly so, in their best interest. And we try to take that out of the hands of the candidates and put it into this neutral arbiter, if you will, and certainly we all have skin in the game, but somebody who doesn't have an interest in whether or not the timing is one way or another, say, for instance.
Yeah, I'm sad that system got broken. I don't really understand how it came down to negotiations now, where do we have an audience, do we not have an audience? I want Fox to have it. I gave it to ABC. Seems more like almost like a showbiz negotiation or a prize fight deal.
It sure does, right? And from where I sit, it's wasted energy. It's not focused on substance. It's focused on, how can I get this debate to be what's best for me rather than what's best for the public.
Well, it was a debate, after all, that took down Joe Biden's reelection bid, and today we're going to be talking a great deal and around now anyway for the next year anyway about the 50th anniversary of Gerald Ford taking the oath of office to become president. His reelection bid was damaged severely in a debate where he said that Poland was not under Soviet domination. Not sure why he said that, but that's sometimes what these types of debates will bring forward, a real sort of blooper.
Well, and certainly, and you mentioned the history that we have at Oakland University with debates, and of course, famously or infamously, from depending where you sit, the presidential primary debate that we had at OU was where Rick Perry ended his presidential bid several cycles ago with his oops moment. But look, the debates are important, and it's not just because of the bloopers. It's not just because of the screw ups, but it gives voters a chance to hear from these folks in a way that they don't in it's different than any other setting, and we think it's an important one. So it really is about trying to improve the information, or I should say add to the information flow that is coming out of campaigns these days, and give voters that unfiltered, unproduced chance to hear from folks who want to be our leaders.
Oops. No debate on that. Dave Tullio. Yeah, there's Rick Perry at Oakland University. Oops. That's all you could say. Thank you very much. Oakland University, Rochester, Michigan. Dave Tullio, MPS.